Hey y'all, and welcome. I'm Tiffany and this is our small town life. Happy to have you here today. We have some eggs in the incubator. I ordered it off of Amazon and I'm going to take you through this process with us, show you how we're doing this, see how this incubator works out for us. It was pretty affordable, so we'll see how it goes. Let me show you the eggs we've got in it. So right now we have 15 eggs in here. We have some of our bantam eggs. Hopefully these will be Creole bantams, Creole Old English bantams. We do have another rooster out there, so they may not be, but we'll see. We've got some other egg. Well, we've got our I Am Samani eggs in there, and then we have some that'll be a mix of Morans and Orpington, and then California Tan Orpington and Cinnamon Queen Orpington mixes because our rooster is in Orpington. So that's what we've got going on in here. This is an automatic turner, so there's a piece that attaches to the top and it has a rod that comes down and slides in this tray and it will roll them back and forth. I can tell it has been moving them. I'm going to adjust some of these when I open it up. I'm debating on whether or not I want to mark them, like put an X on them so I can see how much they're moving. We'll see. This one was turned the other way too, so during the moving it has gotten shifted. This incubator does have a temperature gauge in Fahrenheit on it. We have it set to 100 and we have it set to alarm. You can set an alarm on it so that it will, we have it set 2 degrees, so if it goes down 2 degrees or up 2 degrees, the alarm will go off. And it has a candling bulb on here we'll try out. It does not have a way to read the humidity. Maybe I need to get something to put in here so I can keep a check on the humidity. But the manual does say there's a reservoir in the bottom and it says fill this slot, fill 1 slot for day 1 through 7 or something like that, and then fill 3 slots day 7 through 14, and fill the whole tray. It tells you some instructions on how much water to put in there, and that's what we're following. But I do wish I could read the humidity. So far so good though. Now, we put those eggs in there at 8 o'clock last night. So from 8 o'clock last night to 8 o'clock tonight is day 1. And they need to go for 21 days. They should start hatching on that 21st day. So they're just on day 1. They've just gotten started. And we'll probably candle them somewhere between day 7 and 10 to check and see what's going on in the eggs. See if there's anything happening. And we'll show you that process. We're going to show you the whole process. Hopefully it's successful. Stay tuned. We're going to find out. So I did decide I'm going to open this up and adjust that egg and put a little X on the top of them, or a dot or something, just so I can see how much this turner is moving them. If you did not have a turner in your incubator, you would want to come and move them like 3 times a day or so, which this is doing that for me, but I want to see how much they move. So I'm going to adjust this egg and put a little mark on them. And those are clean, unwashed eggs. So clean meaning there's just not like a whole bunch of poop or mud or anything like that on them. They came from the coop into the house. They were some of our cleaner eggs, naturally cleaner. They have not been washed though. And none of those were over 7 days old. When I brought them from the coop, I would bring them in here and keep them at room temperature until we had the ones that we wanted to put in there while we were waiting on our incubator to come in as well. So none of them are over 7 days old. 4 to 7 days is kind of like what I've heard. I've heard some people going as far as 2 weeks though and still having good luck. But those came from the coop in the house to room temperature and then were no more than 7 days old when they went into the incubator. All right, y'all, stick around. Let's see if we have some baby chicks. Can you see? Yeah, that dot, that's where the baby chick's forming. And then you see all those lines? Yeah. That's the veins, yep. Vessels. That's neat.
Yeah.
Then right here at the top, can you see the air sac right there?
Yeah.
Right at the very top.
Purple. Oh, is it from the, never mind.
That is so neat.
Oh, it's moving.
You see it moving?
Moving. Yeah, it's moving.
There's the air sac and the vessels and the little embryo. Alright, let's look at another one.
How many more days, Mom? 14 more days, Mom.
This one's not. So this looks like, and we're going to leave it in here for another day and then recheck it, but this one doesn't look, see how there's no vessel showing? You see, Hud?
Yeah.
Doesn't look like this one's fertilized. That's lockdown day. We're not going to be getting them ready quite yet. We'll do that this afternoon and I'll show that to you. But I was marking my little sticky note. I thought, well, I'll grab the camera and chat with them for a second. So what is lockdown? Well, we are going to take the Turner out of the incubator. We're going to raise the humidity, and then we're not opening the incubator again until chicks have hatched. The eggs don't need to be turned. They just need to sit there and do their thing until they hatch. I am going to put a piece of a shelf liner in the bottom of the incubator when we get them ready this afternoon. And my reasoning for that is it will give the chicks a little more stability and keep them from sliding when they first hatch. And hopefully that will help avoid some issues that they could cause to their legs if they slip and slide. Is that 100% necessary? No. But do I think it'll be beneficial? Yes, so I'm going to do it. We started with 15 eggs in the incubator. Some of those are bantam eggs and then some are from our other chickens. And of those 15, one bantam egg appeared to not be fertilized. Y'all saw that earlier on. So we took that egg out. There's one other bantam egg that doesn't appear to be developing the same as the others. I think something happened. A few days ago, we started noticing that it wasn't the size of the others. I don't really see any movement in the egg. I've left it in just because I wasn't confident enough to completely take it out and be like, no, it's not there anymore. It's not alive anymore. It's not going to hatch. I've left it in because I thought, well, maybe it has grown a little bit. I really don't think that one's going to hatch, though, y'all. I don't think it's made it. But of the 15, 13 still look good. I don't know that 13 will hatch, y'all. That would be like, what, an 87% hatch rate or something? That would be fantastic. That would be incredible. I don't really foresee that happening, but who knows? I guess we'll find out together. Things could still go wrong, but hopefully we get a pretty good hatch rate. I'm feeling pretty good about it right now. The light on the incubator has gotten, the chicks are at a stage now where that light's just not strong enough. Can't really use it anymore. We did get a stronger light and we can still kind of see in them, but the chicks are getting so big that it's hard to see inside of the eggs. So we're not going to candle them anymore at this point. We are just putting them on lockdown, closing the incubator up and waiting, because at day 21 we should have some chicks hatching. Now, speaking of raising the humidity, the only thing that I don't want to say not liked about this incubator, we've not gone through the process yet, so have to see how it turns out in the end. But the only thing so far that I've not been really fond about is there's no way to monitor the humidity. We've been following the guide that came in the manual that came with the incubator about keeping water in the tray on the bottom. However, it's really hard to see those wells in the bottom when there's eggs in here. I've honestly just been using this moisture right here as my guide, and as long as this front corner has kept a little bit of moisture on it, that's how I have left it. If it started to go away, I'd put a little more water in it. Like, that's what I've used as my guide. But I really wish it had a way to read the humidity. I was going to get one of the small little readers that you can stick in here, but with this turner, the more I got to looking at it, I was like, I don't think that there's anywhere I can put it. I don't think there's enough room to put it in here, because when this turner moves, it goes all the way to this edge, and then it'll start coming back and it'll go all the way to this edge almost. So I wasn't real sure where I could put it. So I've just used this little corner right here as my guide, and I did put more in it this morning, so that's why there's a little more than what I would normally keep. But as long as I could see moisture in this corner, I just left it be. We will go ahead and fill up the wells like it shows in the manual when we put them on lockdown tonight. And you know, if that works, it works. But I wish it had a way to read the humidity. This may have nothing to do with it, but I was sitting here looking at the eggs and thought it's a little ironic that this corner where the majority of the moisture seems to collect, the eggs that were right here are the ones that didn't do well or have not done well so far. So I wonder, you know, just theorizing in my mind, if that could have something to do with it. It is hatch day. It's day number 21. We went into day number 21 at 8 o'clock last night. And y'all, this amount of condensation makes me a little nervous. But I mean, I've followed the instructions and I'm doing my best. I will definitely get a humidity reader before we do this again. But let me show you something. Can you see that? That's the first pip. That is the first little breakthrough on an egg. The kids noticed it when they woke up this morning, so maybe we'll see more action.
I hear it. It's made a big thing. I saw it.
Good job, little baby. You're doing a good job.
I saw it. See it. Did you see that? What? We saw it's like a big piece of it. Oh, did you see that? Is it gonna zip the other way now?
We'll see. We'll see what it does.
Oh my. Did you see it was breaking this away? Did you see the crack on it? When he moved? He's trying to like push it out now. You can't do that just yet. You need a little... Oh, look! Oh my. He just shook the egg. He's gonna hatch today. He's really trying. Oh my! It's making a clutch.
What he's trying to do is just trying to
Push it out. Just try to push out.
You're doing good, little one.
You can do it. I'm trying to punch. Look, it's an orange one of mine.
Oh, look at it.
It's an orange one of mine.
Oh, you've done a good job, baby.
It's an orange one of mine.
Oh, look at it.
Watched it hatch. Like, I just sat here and it moved one time, which cracked it all the way down the other side, and then it moved again. And it broke it a little bit more, and it just finally just...
It's hard work for him.
Look at that. You see it?
Like, what?
You see a baby chicken? Oh!
That like it's it's trying. You just can't break it enough. Oh, it's right. See it? It's hugging it. There now.
He wants to be center of attention.
Oh, it's moving. It's moving. Audrey is about to hatch.
Let's talk overall incubation experience and hatching experience. And I came out to sit on the porch, and I realized we have some little chicks. Well, they're growing quickly, and they're spending a little time outside today, and they're right here making lots of little chirping noises. So I guess you'll get to enjoy that too. So overall incubating experience and hatching experience. We started with 15 eggs in the incubator. And they were varying sizes, some larger chicken eggs, smaller chicken eggs, some bantam eggs. And from my research, you can do that. But we're going to talk more about that in just a minute. Of those 15 eggs, when we candled them on day 7, one of them was not fertilized. And y'all saw a clip of that. It was clearly not fertilized, so we took that egg out. And we now had 14 eggs in the incubator. Around day 14 or so, we candled them again. And we could tell that 2 of the eggs were not developing at the same rate as the others. The embryo had stopped developing pretty early on. We left them in there a couple more days, and on day 18, before we went into lockdown, we looked at them again, and it was clear that those 2 had stopped developing. So we had 12 eggs that looked good going into lockdown, looked good from what we could see going into lockdown on day 18. Of those 12 eggs, 7 hatched. We have 7 healthy baby chicks. They're all doing well. So of those 12, 7 hatched. Why did the other 5 not hatch? I have some theories, but it's all just what if. You know, what if I had done this? What if I had done that? Should I have done this? Should I have done that? There's no real way to know other than to learn what we can from it and carry that into our next incubating and hatching experience. So my theory is those 5 eggs that didn't hatch were smaller eggs. Most of them were bantam eggs. And so I wonder if maybe I should have put those eggs on lockdown a few days earlier. Bantams, again, from my research, it's usually better if you put them on lockdown around day 16. So maybe I should have done that. Maybe I should have went ahead and put all of the eggs on lockdown around day 16. Perhaps continuing to turn those smaller eggs. The chicks were not able to get in position to hatch. Again, that's just a what if scenario. I don't know, but it's a theory that I have. I also wonder if perhaps the humidity was too high. Now, That particular incubator does not have a hydrometer or any way to read humidity. Next time I will definitely buy a hydrometer and put it in that incubator some way so that I can keep a read on the humidity level. I think that maybe the humidity was too high and there's no vent on that particular incubator. That's one thing that I really wish it had, was a vent, so that if the humidity was too high, you could open that up and let some moisture out. A couple of times when I thought it was too high, I would crack the corner just a little bit. As long as none of the eggs had pipped, I would crack the corner a little bit and let a little humidity out. I just wish it had a vent. I may even try a dry hatch or a modified dry hatch next time. It's already humid here in Alabama, so maybe the humidity was too high. Next time I will definitely have a way to read the humidity level. Overall though, I was really pleased with the incubator, especially for the price. It held temperature really well. The turner worked really well. It wasn't loud. It was pretty quiet. We kept it on the counter in the kitchen. It was a fantastic learning experience for the kids and for Justin and I. We enjoyed it. We was able to learn about the eggs pipping, the chicks pipping, and then zipping around the egg and then hatching. We were able to candle the eggs and see that growth process. It was really exciting. And y'all saw some clips too of when the chicks started hatching. Just that pure innocent joy and excitement that we all had to watch those chicks hatch out of those eggs, and to know that these are the first chicks that we have hatched here on our little farm, on our homestead, from our chickens. It's just been such a fun experience, such a good learning experience, and just brought us so much excitement and so much just happiness and joy throughout watching these little chicks come here and join us on our homestead. Thank y'all for being a part of it with us. If you're not already subscribed, we would love to have you stick around and see some more chicken videos, some more homestead videos, and join us just on our day-to-day life here in small town USA. We would sure love to have you as part of our YouTube family. We love you. We appreciate you, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.